going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign of what's going to happen to these other workers moving forward.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory. Also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love. And then also those who are shopping at both stores, much love to you. And of course, guys, we're going to get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. As we can see, the market is up. Also, the stock market is right back up. So, guys, do not forget everything. These pumps and dumps, you have to take advantage of it, whether you're in stocks or in cryptos. Now, something very, very important, guys. We have CME, $3.6 billion is going to expire tomorrow. We know that we're the only game in town when it comes on the weekend. But the fact is, guys, we know that we're going to have less liquidity. We know on the 5th, they need Bitcoin again for collateral. So, guys, make sure you stay focused on the actual indicators, volume, Tether, USDC. Please make sure you focus on that. These indicators are going to let us know which way the market is going. Remember, guys, they closed the facilities. I did a video on the Fed March 31st. The other facilities are set to close unless Janet Yellen does something. If they close, we know liquidity is going to shrink, stock market and cryptos, but we know cryptos take a bigger hit. Now, guys, the Winklevoss twins were actually on CNBC talking about the actual GameStop situation, and the only thing they kept talking about is that if it was decentralized, if it was DeFi, crypto, but we know in crypto, it's controlled the same way. But the fact is, we see the agenda behind it, guys. I want y'all to make sure you understand something. Anytime it's on CNBC, they want you to see it. It's basically the narrative is these Reddit guys are sticking it to the man. Guys, you never can stick it to the New World Order because they're printing the money. They're printing the money. You never can stick it to the man until you stop that. When you see celebrities come out and speak on this, Chamath, Winklevoss twins, when you see celebrities constantly talk about something, it is a bigger agenda behind it. And guys, we know what the agenda is. To get rid of this legacy system and bring it over to blockchain and tokenization. Same thing with the voting. Voting is a fraud. What are they going to do? Put it on blockchain to stop the fraud. But we know the same people are controlling it. So all this, guys, is orchestrated. But you have to sit back and let it play out. But my second video is going to be on that topic, guys. Don't fall for the illusion. Remember, guys, we live in truth. As long as a group of men are controlling the money supply, you never can stick it to the man. Just make sure, remember, the Crypto Teacher advised you of that. Now, we had Glenn Hutchins at the Davos advise that cash has moved a lot more for illicit activity than Bitcoin. And guys, we already know this. We know the banks are what? The biggest gun running, money laundering, drug dealing son of a guns. We have Reddit partners with the Ethereum Foundation to boost scaling and resources. Remember, guys, that the CME futures is going to be launching Ethereum futures on the 8th. Also, guys, we had Mark Cuban speak about Bitcoin and non-fungible digital tokens. Now, basically, when it comes to Bitcoin, he talked about supply and demand, which is halfway truth, because we know the Fed can increase the actual demand by flooding money in. And of course, the average investor who knows nothing about Bitcoin is going to flood in. And then what do? They drop it and take your money. We know this. That's their job. And then, of course, with NFTs, guys, definitely we know this is where we're headed. We're headed to everything being digital. So NFTs are definitely going to get a lot bigger. Now, guys, you know I always talk about Bitcoin Lightning. We have Blockstream buys $25 million worth of Bitcoin mining machines from Micro BT. So definitely, guys, we know they sit behind the curtain, but they're constantly making moves. We know the satellites. We know satellites are going to have the nodes on them. So definitely, guys, you have to make sure that you're staying focused on what's going on behind the curtain, not what's in your face, because that's what they want you to see. Now, we have SBI Holdings and SMFG to launch digital securities exchange in 2022. Remember, I told you guys, this year is just going to be the foundation. Next year is going to be the legs. 2023 is going to be the actual launch. We have INX acquisition of security token platform Open Finance is expected to quadruple the firm's user base. And then also, guys, we got a lot of altcoins that have been popping. Basically, we have Helium in the last 90 days moved from 68 cents to $2.57. We have Dogecoin moves up 1,600% in 2 weeks. And guys, Dogecoin is so cheap. Only thing you have to do is let it drop. Put $100 in it and just sit back. That's it, guys. You don't have to put a lot of money in, especially if you're new. Just put a few dollars in, see how it works. But Dogecoin pumps and dumps. We know only thing Elon Musk has to do is send out a tweet, and it pumps a little. And then also we have RSK users won't have to pay transaction fees with new integration. In my actual Patreon, I put an article in there from the Federal Reserve. If you're in my Patreon, make sure you check that out. Now we have BIS General Manager Augustine says central banks must be the ones in charge of digital currencies and not private firms. And we know that's going to happen. We already know this, guys. Nobody's going to be in charge of sticking it to the man like Ethereum. We know JP Morgan is behind Ethereum. So guys, like I stated, central banks control the money supply. They have to be destroyed first before you can stick it to anybody. Just remember, the Cryptoteacher advised you of that. Now, lastly, guys, we have Guggenheim Scott Minor says that Bitcoin institutional investors are not large enough to actually equal to the actual price that is at. And guys, we already know that. And when it ran up to 40,000, what did the Cryptoteacher advise you of? It's coming right back down. Because we know right now we're in the speculation phase. But we understand that this is the new economy. Same thing with the Federal Reserve. The people who watched the Federal Reserve get built, they said, oh, this is nothing but debt. We're turning into a debt system. Those who were smart enough took advantage of it, became millionaires, billionaires. And if you're a young man listening right now, you can do the same because you're going to understand the plan of the fourth industrial revolution, the society 5.0. So the only thing you got to do is sit back. The key is not to fall for the devil's tricks. As long as you understand the technologies that's coming ahead of you, you won't fall for it. You will always stay in control. And that's just the higher consciousness, guys. We know this universe is about yin and yang, the good and evil, guys. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books Cryptoteacher and the new Road Order book. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, don't forget the links are in the description. Book links in the description also. Plus, the Cryptoteacher stock channel. Do not forget to like, subscribe. You have your Cobalt, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, you got your at-home stocks, the C-word, the biotech stocks. They keep pumping and dumping those. And then also, while everybody's at home getting free money or waiting on that free money, what are they doing? drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.